Let's do the video today. I'm going to be talking about the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, and all his career, like I always said that I did with Roman Reigns. So that's what I'm going to do. I probably get the most out of it. Well, first, let's start now. He signed with the company. I forget what they call it. UFC. He signed with the company UFC. And then he fight there for a little bit. He came to WWE and started suplexing people and started winning champions. Paul Heyman, by the side, that he always won. He went back to UFC. He came back for UFC for a while, and then he came back to get the champion. Then he said if he doesn't lose it, he's going to stay into the company. And the company did not like that he was going back to the UFC, coming back, back and forth. But they had decided to put in the line his title. So Paul Heyman did this whole thing that he had to go stay here for the company for pay-per-views. Well, that was perfectly fine for the company in the scripts, because they did not need to add Brock Lesnar. But every time when Brock Lesnar came back on the WWE, was using on Raw and SmackDown, they had to argue with the company. Got it? So they had to argue with the company to get Brock Lesnar on Raw and SmackDown for the pay-per-view started. They did not want that to be happening. They wanted Brock Lesnar to come only in the pay-per-views, but they had to do it. For John Cena had suplexing, he had to start on UFC, start training. He almost had 2 titles, but John Cena beaten him in a long time. When now Paul Heyman, he was lost. They had to sign Paul Heyman too. They did not like to sign Paul Heyman too with Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar made Paul Heyman sign for him, so he can come back anytime, they said. But the company and the script did not plan that he was going back. They put it something else on Raw, and right when it starts, hear Brock Lesnar's song, they had to bring the security guys out because the Brock Lesnar said he would make him promise, said he will never come back. He got one choice, to go back to UFC, or stay in the WWE company to make the script happen. He picked UFC, and I don't know why, but he should have picked WWE. Just wait. Next pay-per-view on, he said that he would always come back on WrestleMania and of course the Battle Royal. They said it's alright for he kept on running in and out. But they did not want that to happen. They say they put down the law, say stay in the company or go to UFC. So he decided to go to UFC, but he's gonna come back for the pay-per-view so he can win it again. But they all talking trash, so the company in the script did not want that to happen. He had to walk back to UFC and never come back. So I doubt that's going to happen. Because Brock Lesnar gave John Cena suplexes like no one cared. And they should have did something. They should have put something on the line. If Brock Lesnar lost, he had to stay in UFC. Brock Lesnar didn't. He can go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But he always won. So they should have put someone on the line. If he lost, he would either be fired. If he win, he can go back and forth, back and forth. If he lost, he could pick WWE or UFC. And I was terribly glad if they did it, he would pick UFC. Because that's what Brock Lesnar does. For Paul Heyman steps in like, he doesn't want UFC. Paul Heyman, the script, and he makes the script make it happen. He doesn't want to be in the UFC. they don't let the authority know that he's coming back for the script to be blah blah all this and blah 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 all that. Paul Heyman is gonna come back and come back. So Paul Heyman is either stay with him or stay here and never come back with Brock Lesnar. But Brock Lesnar is gonna lay down the law saying he's gonna give you suplexes, he's gonna threaten you like he did with the cameraman, because he didn't want to go back to the UFC. He wanted to stay here and go back to the UFC. But I bet he's gonna come back next year, or next year, or next year, and next year, and next year, forever and ever, for the company and lay down the laws on him, like they already did to him, but he did not care. So he's going to UFC right now. They fine. They're not changing the script. They're not letting Paul Heyman come out and saying, you need to change the script. He's coming to Money in the Bank to be in the Money in the Bank contract. He had to earn it probably if he was trying to be in there. So I got to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to probably make him try to stay up. So yeah, this. So they had it laid on the Raw for Brock Lesnar to have the champion, and then he lost it. He's going back to UFC. They don't care what Brock Lesnar does, but just wait. They're going to lay down the Raw. He's going to UFC. He ain't going back ever again. And I bet the plan would be stuck with it freaking ever. I bet the plan would be kind of stuck with Brock Lesnar not coming back to the WWE and make a script of him staying in the company or going to UFC and making something happen in UFC, make a career so he can go back to NXT. And he just walked in thinking with the beast, and he is the beast. He didn't go to NXT. And they supposed to. I know, they supposed to. But he just walked in, he shoved and pushed, and he made himself come in. Because he threatened people. He should not do that, because if they do, then he's going to get done. He will be done for. That's what I would be. I would make him be done for, and he would be fired, and he can go back to the UFC and never come back. So that's my story of Brock Lesnar. So you can pick Rusev, Randy Orton, me, or AJ Lee, or Cesaro, or the two Usos, or Dolph Ziggler, or Sting, or Abatolia, or the whole Seth Rollins, or Dean Ambrose. So bye, little doings and big news. Hope you liked the video. Leave a comment and subscribe for more.